transgender who have gone through the reconstructive surgery.
So this is a lie, right? To believe that allowing a child to castrate themselves is somehow doing them a favor is like so incredibly sick.
You have to keep in mind that the child has to get permission from their parents to do
No, they don't. Bingo.
In southern states, they do.
So you're right. In Arkansas, it's the case. Not in California, not in Oregon, not in Washington. It can be done without parental consent. You could transition, get puberty blockers without your parent notification and consent. So just right here in this state, an 11-year-old can go to a therapist, get puberty blockers without their parent knowing, and change their gender and block the process of becoming a fully mature man or woman. That's wrong. It's morally wrong. So the question is, what does it matter, right? How does this implicate all of us? I believe the strong have a moral obligation to protect the not as strong. Men have an obligation to protect women. They do.
That's the problem.
That's
Okay,
No,
I like how you pointed that out. I like how you pointed that out. Because that plays directly into the social roles and social expectations that we have been experiencing for thousands of centuries.
Let me ask you a question. So if I, as a man, walk into the women's locker room right now, is there something wrong with that?
I'm glad you brought that up because you have no statistic to prove that. In fact,
No,
99% of
I'm
sexual
asking.
assaults are men against women, cisgender and heterosexual men against women.
You're proving my point. Hold on.
men.
You're proving my point.
There's no statistic.
Hold on a second. You just said men assault women.
Cisgendered and heterosexual men.
You're right. So that's the point. The point that
But you have
men
no statistics
are
of
likely
transgender men.
to
You
assault
have no
women,
statistics
and
of
therefore men must restrain other men from assaulting women, therefore prevent men who think they are women from abusing women.
No, you're doing a loophole right now. What the is this? How many reports are there of transgender women assaulting other women?
Right now.
Thousands and thousands and
Can you
thousands.
Show us.
I have a BBC statistic.
Loudoun
stating that
County,
99%.
Los Angeles County, Loudoun County, Virginia, a two-time rapist goes into a bathroom, rapes a classmate. I don't know the name of the rapist.
Okay,
Loudoun
so
County,
that's
Virginia,
not
happened a couple months ago.
Transgender people, that's a cisgender person.
No, it's not. No, it's a transgender person. But let's take rape and all that stuff aside, which is a big deal. From a fairness standpoint of how we structure society, are we going to acknowledge that men are better at some things than women and women are better at some things than men, and that men can't become pregnant, and therefore we should have different dividing lines in society to recognize that material reality?
Males can become pregnant. Males. There's a difference between male and female and men and women. There's a clear
Wait, I'm
difference
sorry,
between-
men can become pregnant?
No, I'm not saying men can become pregnant, but there's a difference between men and women and male and female.
So males can become pregnant.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
Sex regards to male and female, the biological aspects in regards to whether someone can reproduce or not. A man and a woman is regard to like the cultural meaning in which you can either
Right. So okay, this is
feminine
right. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you guys are regurgitating this insane New Age propaganda that somehow you could just kind of change your biological reality.
It's not propaganda. For thousands of years, there have been social expectations
Here's the thing.
against men and women, and finally,
I got it.
we've been
So
changing that.
regardless of
It's not rigid anymore.
regardless of all this pablum, you're wrong.
I don't.
You do
haven't
not-
proved. You have not proved that I'm wrong. You have no logic.
Okay, so let me prove it to you, okay?
Okay.
So if you could change your gender, which you say you can,
Yes, you
can
can.
you change other things at your will? For example,
Because gender is not rigid. That's
I'm
what I'm
asking.
saying. You can't change
Okay,
your sex.
so
Gender is
what-
not
I'm
rigid, though.
asking.
It's a social and fluid expectation.
right? So so are other things fluid and social?
No, race is not fluid.
Oh,
Race
it's
is rigid.
not. Okay, so you can't change your race.
No, you can't.
Okay, can you change your age?
No, you can't change
But
your
why
age.
not? What if you
And
have a
you can't
mental
change your
condition?
sex either, which is what you're referring to. Male can't be female.
I'm comparing to
That's-
both. I'm saying there's no difference in sex and
No,
gender.
there is.
And you've all been lied to your whole
There
life.
is. Gender is
That
the
every-
social
that
expectation.
everyone- that-
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
No,
That's the
I am,
problem.
and I have sympathy
Okay,
because
okay.
your whole life have been propagandized to believe
I get it?
that
Your
you can
whole
raise
life-
your hand and believe something that you're not.